I think it's one of the most iconic Art Deco style buildings in New Zealand. It was opened in January 1933, 2 years after the Hawke's Bay earthquake, designed by a well-known architect called Louis Hay of the era for Art Deco of the National Tobacco Company. It's very unique in terms of the facade is what we call an arch in a cube, and that's from the Chicago School of Architecture, of which Louis Hay was a big follower. Also love the carved door, which reportedly cost £600, which in those days I think you could probably buy a few houses at a modest street in Napier.
I used to come up and sit on the steps and sort of manifest what it would look like if I owned it or if I had the chance to lease it. And then through a whole lot of serendipitous moments, from 1 week deciding I'd become a distiller to signing the lease on the building was sort of 4 or 5 weeks. A Heritage 1 type building, so one of the more iconic buildings in New Zealand, if not the Southern Hemisphere. And it started off as a small project, and I had a bit of experience from the building industry, so I kind of understood that we had to work with the council, not against the council. So we very quickly got into open conversations with planning committees, plumbing, fire, electrical and building to make sure that we were doing the right things. One of the big things that came up after we'd signed the lease was how hard it would be to put what's considered a bomb, being a pressure vessel of a still and a gas boiler into a Heritage 1 building. So we knew that we wanted to do it the right way, so it has cost us a lot more money than if we put it in a shed on a vacant piece of land, but it was about repurposing the building and doing something that we thought the forefathers would be proud of, and we haven't had to touch much of it, and we haven't done anything structural inside the heritage part because it's been so well looked after.
The building lay really undiscovered until the Art Deco rise in Napier in the late 1980s, and they started peeling back all the different layers of paint to see what the original tinted plaster was. It's one of the most photographed, or would be the most photographed Art Deco building in Napier, and some might say New Zealand.
Every tour we do or tasting we do, someone knows someone who's worked here, which is really cool. I feel like Hawke's Bay, this building means a lot to them, and we're very proud that we're the new custodians of this amazing building.